Welcome back to Postmortem Radio. I'm your host, Oz, and joined as always by Katie, the blonde in front. How we doing?
Great. Ready to monkey around with you guys and talk about Primate.
Yeah, I see the shirt. Aloha. I guess we all should have like lays on or something for this movie.
Well, since no one got laid, spoiler, since no one got laid in the movie, I would, you know what? I actually went without mine.
Ah,
Died.
Does he make noise?
does his
No,
teeth get bared?
his his mouth used to open, but I think he has
Oh.
rabies.
I love it.
Rabies with lockjaw.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
You said a mouthful.
yeah. So I think Jay and I both were in the theater at the exact same time watching this thing last night. And we are talking about, actually, I didn't introduce Jay. I forgot Jay.
I know. Introduce Jay.
You know what? Easy to forget, but unforgettable to say the least.
Well, we got the blonde in front, we got the bald guy in the back.
And we're going to talk the best monkey movie of the year over the last calendar year.
I don't know about that.
Yes,
but
I guess I could agree with that. As difficult as that is to do. But yeah, we are talking about Primate. Just came out, comes out today, actually.
Yeah, January 9th.
Yeah, actually, got to see it a little bit early yesterday. And I've got a lot to say about this, but as always, we'll let Katie kick it off and give her little package and wrap it up in a nice little bow and tell us all about Primate.
Sounds
All right.
good.
Primates is directed by Johannes Roberts, written and also written by Johannes Roberts and Ernest Ryers. It is from Paramount Pictures. So I want to thank Paramount Pictures for inviting me to the pre-screening in Chicago. It stars Johnny Sequoia as Lucy, Jess Alexander as Hannah, Oscar winner Troy Kutzer as Adam, Victoria Wyatt as Katie, Gia Hunter as Aaron, and Benjamin Craig as Nick. Now, this movie starts out with, I think it's giving a little nod to a very classic film that's actually having its 30-year anniversary this year, Scream. An unexpected, very graphic kill, you would say, happens. And then we realize that all of this is going to be within a 40 hour time period, because when we see what happens, that's 36 hours in the future. It starts out with Lucy, who's on a plane. She is going to visit her father and sister who are in Hawaii. That is where she lives. Her mother has passed away from cancer, and her mother was an award-winning linguistics professor who also taught a chimp how to do sign language and learn many different vocabulary skills. She's with her friend Kate. Kate has her friend Hannah, who she's the stereotypical, ooh, look at me, I'm the floozy girl, which, I mean, whatever. But it's also a little bit of jealousy between Lucy and Kate. They find some random dudes on the plane that they flirt with, and those are important to know because they'll come back into the film later. They get to Hawaii. Kate's brother is there to pick them up. We then find out that Lucy has had a crush on her brother Nick in forever. And then they go to the house. Now, if anyone's been to Hawaii, this house, man, this makes me either want to become a linguist professor and or an author, but tied together, because this house is easily $7 million real estate value. I mean, it is in the middle of nowhere. It's on a cliff, multiple bedrooms, a pool. I mean, it is ridiculous. And that is where Hannah meets Ben, who is the part of the family and also a chimpanzee that was rescued by Lucy and Aaron's mother earlier on. And he speaks, he has ways to communicate with the family. He also has a little bit of a bite that we don't know what it is. And when they're putting him back in his enclosure, they find some gross thing that he's torn apart, and they're going to get it tested, just to make sure. So everything's going great. This basically is like a Noxzema commercial. I'll be honest, guys, I was a little bit worried because on the plane, that acting was not good. Like, there's a specific person that I was like, oh, this is going to be a hard watch, even for 89 minutes. Like, this is really, wow, someone really should have gone to drama school a little bit longer. However, it does get better. And with that, then we get some great tension, some great practical effects, some moments that it's like, okay, no, that couldn't happen. I mean, maybe that could happen. No, that really couldn't happen. But you know what? It's a January horror film, so I'll go with it. There's definitely some nods to some different horror in this film. I mean, there's also some things that it's like when someone is getting their head beaten to a pulp, when you see that head later, it really should be beaten to a pulp and not, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But there's some very fun moments in this. There's also a score that is freaking, I'm gonna say this, it is tits. It is freaking amazing. Like, it threw me back to early 80s Carpenter, like Christine, Escape from New York, a little bit of Halloween. That to me was one of the highlights of the film. I did feel really sorry for a certain family member because she got the brunt of whatever happens, because when we find out that Ben, I don't know if it's a spoiler, Ben has rabies. Sorry. So, there's going to be a lot of people, and I even said it, Gordy from Nope mixed with Cujo. But honestly, I found, if you've watched the documentary series Chimp Crazy, this is what I think of a lot more, because there's a lot of stuff in that documentary that is kind of like scene for scene what has happened, what Ben does to some of the people in the film. Does everybody survive? Spoiler, no. Should everyone survive? Again, spoiler, no, they shouldn't. I'm actually glad some of them met their demise. But look, I had this low expectation going into it because it's January horror. It went up significantly from a 1 to like a 5.56, which is fine. All that stuff. This isn't going to be a legendary film. Do I think this is going to be on anyone's top 10 list for the year? No. Is it a great horror film to start out 2026? F yes. I mean, this chimp is bananas, Bananas. And I would say go and see it. What I would advise is make sure, if you're watching the film, shut the F up when you're in this theater, because I went ape shit in my theater at my pre-screening because people would not shut up. I'm not talking reactions. I'm not talking like, oh, that ape went nuts. I'm talking about full-on conversations when you're watching the film. Shut up. Like, we need to keep theaters alive right now anyway. And what we don't need is freaking idiots making it horrible for people to go to the theater. So shut up, enjoy the gore, enjoy the blood, have a few laughs, get some monkey memorabilia. This is actually from a gas station in North Dakota that I got like almost 10 years ago, so you can't get this. But have fun. And again, don't expect it to be on your top 10 for 2026, but this is not a bad way to open the horror door for 2026, in my opinion. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
There you go.
You want to take it first, Jay?
Yeah, sure. So guess what's going to be on my top 10 for the year?
Really?
No.
Oh.
I was going to say, man.
However, though, Katie, just about everything I agree with you on this. It's great to hear both of you again and see both of you again. It's been a while. And why this film wasn't jaw dropping, it definitely had some very redeeming qualities to it. First thing I want to address is the last thing almost that Katie said, in the simple fact that we were in the theater and we heard some talking as well in the theater also. But one thing we have to realize more and more and more, and Johannes Roberts, who did the sequel to The Strangers Pray at Night, which was a different take on a legendary genre film, one of arguably the top 5 best, in my opinion, of the last 25 years. This is now, and we're seeing this more and more and more, it's drawing a millennial, Gen Z, Gen Alpha crowd to these screenings. And I know it was a press screening, but you have Gen Z at the center of this story. Even the Michael Monkey Myers, as Beyond the Rain said on IMDb, which I think is a brilliant way, because this, spoiler alert, this ape can't die no matter what you do to it. It's the Terminator of primates. But I'm not shocked anymore that the crowds are disrespectful and rude in the theaters. I completely agree with you about saving the cinema. But to be honest, this new generation doesn't really give, for the most part, 2 shits about the cinema and the cinema experience. And it's really shitty. And don't get me wrong, I've talked before in the movie. I haven't sat there and had a full conversation, mind you, but if I'm with Susan, I might say something to her, comment on it by trying to be quiet about it. I get that. But if you're sitting there and you're doing whatever you're doing, it just goes to shit in really quickly. So with that said, I really enjoyed this film. Brian Smith, who New York City Horror Film Festival, he saw it as part of the Scream Unseen for AMC on Monday, and we were supposed to go to that screening, and we didn't end up going. But they've done a really good job of promoting a lot of independent horror and what could be hot button horror films. And Primate definitely had a lot of hype when it came to it. Companion was one of those films last year at the same time, and Bring Her Back was another one as well. For the Scream Unseen. So get props to AMC for getting them out there and at a reduced price to be able to bring more people and more eyeballs to that screen. Because honestly, I would love to see Primate again just for the kills. Overall, I'm a big fan of this film. I like this film. I think this film hits on a lot of great keys. I completely agree with you, Katie. The acting is atrocious. When the monkey's character arc is better than the humans, I think that says a lot to what it is. But this film, and I had a chance when Strangers Pray at Night came out to talk to Johannes about his impact on the Strangers franchise. One of the things we talked about, and the first thing I'll go to is the score. One of the things he talked about was bringing a different flair of music that almost contrasted what the story was. In Strangers Pray at Night, I don't necessarily know if it worked, but it was his idea of Americana. And by the way, Oz, you keep zooming in and out on your camera, back and forth, it's tracking you like crazy. Yeah. And I'll get to the idea of security tracking cameras in a second. I have no idea how you do it, but I'm letting you know that it reminds me of like a security tracking camera that's watching you. I'm waiting for Hal to kick and go, Oz. Yeah. I'm waiting for that. But nonetheless, getting back to it, for him, the music was very important for The Strangers Pray at Night. I couldn't agree more with Katie, with Brian, again, who brought up the score for it. I'm not the biggest fan of 80s horror, but I'm going to tell you, the contrast of the way they use this score with the action that's going on, you could have made this Hawaiian music, you could have made it violins, you could have made it techno music. You went an old school route, as almost this movie reflects the great animal films of the 70s and 80s. You can go across the board that every animal was trying to kill you during those 2 decades. And it was it was crazy. And it reflected so well piercing the tension, building the anticipation, giving exclamation points to the kills. And believe me, one of the things I love, and I'm not going to give the spoiler away, but at the beginning, I'm not talking about the vet, but the first real kill when Ben gets infected with rabies. I did not see them killing that character off in the way they killed that character off. And props to 1,000 Ways to Die, which used to be a great show. on Spike TV, because that was something out of it that you went, what the F are we watching? That is that was so realistic, and whether it was practical with the dummy or that was computer generated, it was great. And one thing they didn't shy away from, which I love, is the brutality of what the animal can do. They didn't care that this was that more likely teenagers, young adults are going to go see this movie over weathered individuals like myself. They said, we're going to show you everything, because probably you've seen everything on the internet. You've probably seen it on Netflix on those documentaries. So it was absolutely incredible. The acting, again, the monkeys got the best character arc, and the editing is a testament to it to build that. But also, spoiler alert, the two guys playing Ben in the suits, insane how good they are in it and how they're able to emote and what they're able to do. It's absolutely incredible. That emotional payoff of what Ben brings you from the beginning to the end was phenomenal with it. So I enjoyed it. I'm sure we're going to talk more about different elements, including the cinematography, which I thought a lot of it was brilliant. And the fact they didn't use certain things they could have went to the well on made me that much more happier to watch Primate. But I'm going to tell you, folks, hopefully on the other side this weekend, this episode is up when Oz gets this done, because he always does a great job and he's always swift in getting it up. Go see Primate. I'm going to say it right now. Go see it, because this is one, even if you're just a blood gore hound, it is a film for you. Go see it and support this, because this is just wicked fun. Oz. Oh, go ahead, Katie.
Oh, I did want to add an aspect. I know you talked about cinematography. I want to add an aspect of the sound design, sound design, and the lack of sound design that was Chef's Kiss.
It's very comedic much, and fun.
Yes, and very much, reminded me of Flanagan's Hush.
Yes.
And that says so much about Troy Kutzer, but just everything about that. And as you talked about with Ben and the actor, that really has a lot to do. I think the sound design has a lot to do with that too, just with all the little aspects of the, like, it's almost, I wrote down in my notes, it's like he's like a sweet and sour. Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's sour, and stuff like that. Because it's like you think he's going to be good, it's like, oh no, but it's like, the catalyst to that is the sound design, which honestly is fantastic.
And I'll throw one more thing in there, Oz. I don't mean to take longer than I have to, but the sound design also is very smart, because, again, and I'll go to A Quiet Place is a great example of this. In The Quiet Place, that film, just like Hush, understands how to balance when we need the sound and when we don't, because you have characters who are either playing a deaf character or are a deaf character, and they play the story. This one knew when to throw that card down and when to say, you know what? We don't need to do that yet. We're going to save that card, that bullet, for when it's going to make the most impact. And I'll tell you, we had laughs in our theater in that third act, because it's just so comedic and so wonderful how they're able to execute that. Oz, all you, my friend.
Well, this is I'm kind of surprised, Jay, because usually you don't like anything.
Oh, I like some things. Wait till you hear my top 4, 5, and 6 when we do the next episode, because top 3 haven't changed from the mid-season. So for me, but I like some stuff. You know what? You keep talking to me like that. I've got a friend named Ben here. He's going to want to know you. All right. Oh, I love when she monkeys around. Good.
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot positive to say about this one. I really
like that.
One of the few things that is positive about it, Katie's wearing it. It takes place in Hawaii.
Yes.
The cinematography was very well. It was very well done. I am curious though, because I don't know. I know a lot of it was shot in Hawaii, but I'm not convinced that house was in Hawaii. It may have
not. It may have been the set. So
it seemed like it. I don't know. But the one thing that I went going into this film thinking, I mean, and I was excited about it. Unlike I'm kind of the opposite of Katie. I actually saw the trailer and I had expectations up here. I was like, man, this looks really good, you know. And then I was like, all I want it to do, I was like, I just don't want it to be fucking Cujo with a monkey. That's all I want. And then 5 fucking minutes into the movie,
It's Cujo with the monkey.
It's Cujo with monkey.
and
Yeah.
not only is it Cujo with a fucking monkey, they don't even show it. They put it on the screen for you to read. And he's got fucking rabies, and I'm like, God, that fucking ruined it for me. That was it. I was done from then on. The acting sucked. Yeah, the score was pretty decent. The kills, I mean, that part of it, yeah. If you're going just for the kills, which a lot of horror fans are, and you want to see gore and just sheer brutality, you're probably going to dig it. But if you want any kind of story, any kind of character development, anything that makes you care at all, give a shit about any of these characters, it's not in this movie, because I was not invested in any of them. It didn't bother me at all when any of them got killed.
This is coming from the guy who liked the new Halloween series. Are you sure about that?
I didn't love I love the 2018, but Halloween's what got me into horror, man. So I mean, Halloween's always
Evil dies tonight.
that that was tough, but yeah, and I wanted to like this movie. You're talking to a kid who loved the freaking show BJ and the Bear growing up. I wanted to be a truck driver with a fucking chip. Okay, I mean, I felt like I was watching an 89-minute version of when animals attack.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
that's it. There was no. It is cool that you're talking about the guy that was deaf and how the sound went away and it came back. That was pretty cool, but
it's formulaic. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going into it as? I went into it as a ape gets something wrong with him, something happens, and he goes along and he starts killing people.
Well,
it's as simple as that.
yeah.
I see. I didn't watch the
what?
trailer and I didn't know anything about it. I just knew there was going to be an ape, so I figured the ape was going to do something wrong. I had no idea why, because
You could look
honestly,
at the poster.
an ape doesn't need to have rabies to do
Right.
things wrong. That's why I said,
Right.
And they
crazy,
hint at
because
that
it's
at
like,
the beginning.
yeah, and it's like, and two little fun facts about Hawaii. One, they do not allow
Right.
pet chimps in the state, and two, and this is a spoiler, but one of the funniest parts in the film, that vet, who they didn't say who the vet was, but I was like, I kept saying she, the vet. I don't know why. I think she was a female. But there's no rabies in there is
Right,
no
right.
rabies in
On the
Hawaii
text
because they
message,
make
yeah.
sure they quarantine. And when the dad said there's no rabies in there's no Hawaii, it's like, oh, thank you for your veterinary skills. Thank you so much for letting me know that. That got a huge laugh
It
from
did,
the audience,
yes.
because it's like, oh, and maybe that's why I thought the doctor was a woman, because I was like, yeah, I can kind of see. It's like, thank you
I
so
agree.
much for mansplaining that to me, my career choice. Thank you. But
Well,
yeah, so
I'm gonna throw this real quick. The sequel to Primate is Primate 2, 28 minutes later. That's what's gonna be, because I sat there and I went, and again, this is a big thing for me. Katie, suspension of disbelief was off the charts on some of the shit that you had to look at with it. How does she not foaming at the mouth? Someone said to me, well, it takes a day or two later. Dude, it's a freaking horror film. She should have been foaming at the mouth, and they should have thrown her in that ambulance, and she's freaking out. No, I love you. We're going to be, I'm sorry. I love you. We're going to be okay. It's like, come on.
Well, my biggest thing is like, okay, if you're going to do that, at least show some set it up.
Right.
Don't have me, show. I would have loved to have seen, it would have been as simple as, I would have rather seen a few more minutes of screen time of of Ben when he was good, before this happens, instead of these jackasses on the plane hitting on these. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that. That served no purpose other than to sacrifice people for humor.
I would have much rather seen more development of, Ben's character, of what he was to them before. But no, it's like, we're hitting the ground running with him. All of a sudden, you know, he's bitten, and you basically are explaining what happened to him.
Well, it's a Gen Z horror film. It's got to be 90 minutes or less. Otherwise, they come to hate it, let alone 90 seconds or more.
And I would say it's the introductory exposition, like that was in the the opening credits, that they go over like what Ben is, how he
Over like
became a part of the
centuries.
family, like what he's accomplished, everything the family's gone through because of the mother's cancer and then dying, and how that's kind of, led to some tension, sort of supposed to be the reasoning why
Right.
Lucy has gone away, because the dad has to, I guess make money, or, they're not close and stuff like that, but they've had Ben since he was a baby. So I didn't really feel like I needed to have more. I mean, he's part of the family, and he's always been part of the family. The only person who didn't understand that was the friend who's coming over from the mainland
Who had
there, and
common
it's like,
sense.
what the hell was this? And then she was the first one that, when stuff was going wrong, it's like, okay, well then kill it. Like, all it's like, damn girl, you need to calm down. And then it's like, yeah, sometimes you need to go with the girl. It's like, yeah, I don't care, it's an animal, it tried to,
Right.
it did this, it did that, kill it.
Well, and you know what? It even sets it up more, because if it didn't try to grab her wrist and hurt her in the first act, you could kind of understand her like reacting. Okay, she's a selfish character. She's got no moral compass. But the truth of the matter is, she's got more moral compass, and she's actually got the biggest character arc of all the humans in it. And I really like that they take that sub character and actually give her something, even if it's not a whole lot. But Oz, I'm going to tell you, you're making a bad choice. Oz bad, Oz bad, Oz bad, Oz bad.
Hey, it's my opinion.
Absolutely, Oz. Believe me, I'm the one that's usually in your, and I understand. Believe me, I can understand why people wouldn't like it.
I mean, even at the end,
I get it.
Where he grabs her hand and she's holding. I'm like, he's gonna freaking snap her. I'm sitting
exactly.
I'm like, I know everything that's
It's predictable.
I'm like,
oh yeah, it's very predictable. It's predictable, yet at the same time, I did not expect the practical effects to be as
dynamite,
explicit, and as well done as they were. Like, yes. Honestly, I was like, I mean, there were a number of times that I was like, oh, no, 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 no. See, that kind of talking the film, great, I get it. But yeah, the only a major negative I had is because of the audience. And in fact, I think there are a couple of people who left because people kept talking. And that's really bad. But this is, again, I never watch trailers. So my expectation of this is like, it's a January horror film.
Right.
And I'm going back to Night Swim. Like, usually the first week of January, they just want, it's like, they didn't know where to put it, in the summer last year. They couldn't get, a solid weekend in October with all that. So it's like, all right, we'll just dump it in January and see what happens. This one, though, was, rather, because it's just I thought it was just a fun time.
It is a fun time.
Do I think this is going to be a legendary film that people are going to be like, oh, back to Prime? No, because I mean, it does, I feel like, give many, many nods to other films that are actually legendary and much better than it. But with all the points I made, I think this is a solid movie to start out horror in 2026, and I am pleasantly surprised.
I agree, but I think this is a future Mystery Science Theater 3000 film where they do the laugh track on it as he's ripping people's jaws off. Oh, look at his molars. He needs to go to the dentist. Saying stuff like that as Ben's like doing that.
Yeah.
In there. It's great. But one thing I'll throw out there, and I agree with Katie, it's worth going to the theater to see it, especially if you are younger and you have a date. You will. I mean, even with Susan, I grabbed her hands a couple times reacting to some of the scenes I saw, and I don't get turned much, but this film really did it in a few things because I knew it just amped up how bad it was getting as he became more and more infected. And then he starts effing with you by going, and then grabbing the wrist. It's like,
I know, like,
oh,
oh, I have
tugging
an
at the
ow, and that was one
heartstrings.
of the things with the sound design. It was like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. You
it's
feel
like
so
I have
bad.
an owie. Oh, my owie. Oh, oh, Lucy, help me with my ow. It's like break your wrist.
Oh, it's crazy. But
But
cinematography,
it's
though.
as much as I have said it's Gordy from No meets Cujo. I should like actually change that. It's more like Cujo with personality because it's not like Cujo tempted or taunted or kind of ridiculed the people he ended up killing and all that stuff because of the rabies. And that is definitely something that Ben does. It's like he like turns into Jack from The Shining once. It's like he seems like a very sweet, nice, chimpanzee and all that stuff. And then the farther and farther the rabies gets, it definitely is you've got it's like he's in The Shining, like tempting everybody and like taunting them and doing that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and Katie, you brought this up. This reminds me, this is the best. I'm not going to say technology, but nature gone wild since Megan. Megan was exactly the same formula where something that was supposed to be controlled, they thought was
Mm-hmm.
friendly there, just goes awry. Now, I hope that we don't get Primate 2.0 where it shits on the original big time. But Primate really is that film, except they figured out a way to have the nature go wrong. And it's something we knew was going to happen. The thing I'm going to throw out there is I love the cinematography and I love how the editing and the cinematography partner with each other because there is a great scene, spoiler alert, where he reaches down or the girl with the black hair is sitting there and you think you're safe in that pool because he can't swim. And all of a sudden he reaches down off those wires. It's beautiful framing. The shots from the pool POV, looking at him, how it distorts, and they do a great job of practical effects with him slowly being more affected by the rabies. But they use the surrounding, the frosted glass, the tinted windows, the pool. They use things that are so brilliant to be able to the scene, and I won't give this one away. The bedroom scene is arguably the funniest moment and sequence
Yep.
of the film. It is so great because since Game of Death many years ago, millennials in horror films, Gen Z need to die. All right. As the old man, this is one of those movies that if you are above the age of 25, 30, you might be cheering for a lot of them to go because that it really, they are just lambs to the slaughter. But the cinematography and editing work so well in one single location about 90% of the movie. It's
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful what they're able to shoot on there and what they're able to bring to life to build that tension, that horror, but also at the same time, build that emotion. You can frame and shoot something beautifully, but if it's not in the right place, that puzzle piece, it just doesn't work. And again, him tapping his arm, that medium shot with her, especially at the end, you start to feel because you're like, is he fully gone? Does he still have some of that love, that connection to it? And you realize, no, we're fucked. It's done. It was
Well,
and the car scene. Oh my god, exactly. Nice use of
that, and
close up.
again, let's give a nod to Scream. There were a
Yes,
number of things in that reminded me of Scream, but this is very similar to any film that has had someone who has a loved one who has
right.
a zombie bite. It's like you always want to have that hope that their soul is still there, that who they are is still there. And when they give that glimmer of hope, you think,
Yes.
okay, maybe they can be saved. This is really them, but it's never
Train the
that.
Basan, baby.
Yeah.
Train the
And I mean,
Basan.
and that's the thing with Ben that they do very well. It's really funny that you mention the pool and the wire scene because honestly, that was one of the I thought I look framing wise, great. Scare tactic, yes. But there's two things about that honestly were two of the most hated things in the film. About that. One, there's no freaking way that wire could hang on to that an 190 pound
Right.
chimpanzee could hang on to that wire and it not break. It's like, I don't know what kind of stuff they're selling at Target in Hawaii, but I highly doubt it's going to hold on to that chimpanzee. Two, when you see what he does to Hannah, I believe that she has no reaction to that later on after that
I
scene.
know,
There's
right?
nothing.
That's like I said,
Nothing
28
that
minutes later, folks.
yeah, nothing. There's no blood. There's no like, oh, something. And that to me was like, what are we doing? What I mean, look, I get that you have stuff done. You're still gonna be in pain even with the shock, but you guys gotta keep that going. Like even just a little bit of and I understand possibly because of continuity, it's like if she's got blood dripping
Right.
from her head on that stuff, you have to make sure that's not like it all the time. It's going to get in the water, all that. But to me, that was one of the dumber things. That was like, okay, look, I can go along with a lot of stuff regarding this, but that's you're kind of pushing it. You're gonna push in the bounds of reality here. And also, and I mentioned this, when someone meets their demise, I'm gonna say it's on the stairs. That really should have been closer to the monkey than
Right.
what we saw, where it's like there should not have been here's the thing, fingerprints would have been the only way to identify that person, and that was not from what we see later the case. It's like if you're going to do that, do it. You did it with the other things, but as I said to a friend of mine, I would not be surprised if maybe they ran out of money for the effects, I mean, and that's fine. It's not like this is a 50-80 million dollar movie, and what they did was amazing. And if that's what you got
Yes.
to do, that's what you got to do. But
And
then just don't show that character later on. Like, let us just think it's like, oh, she's got no face.
one thing I will say, and I'll finish up with this, and Katie, you made me think about it now. The whole thing with Ben is the humanity that he's showing, the learning capabilities. And as you see him kill more of the characters and really kind of manipulate the location, they're taking that idea of learning and the humanity and adding a nice dark twist. Again, Ben has more character development, and they write that monkey better than anyone in that film. And that's scary that it's that good and that well developed, where you see the dark side of humanity inside the monkey. It's like he's evolving as he goes along through the film, except he's not evolving to help people. He's evolving to become like a near perfect killing machine that's dealing with all the human emotions. That living room scene where he just goes off and destroys the TV and stuff. I can't tell you that I haven't had a moment where I'm like, son of a bitch, and I hit something. It felt like he was actually more human than a lot of those one-sided cardboard characters we saw surrounding him. So
True. That is something I didn't even think of. Yeah. Because I mean, the family has helped him with deductive reasoning
right.
and language skills and all that stuff. And with this stuff running through him, he's taking that 2 and 11.
To 11.
So yeah,
Amen.
that is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you guys said about the practical effects and the kills. I mean that, but I mean, I just I don't know the other things. I just couldn't get past those other things.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then
No worries, dude.
I say if you want to get your monkey fix, go see the monkey, or go see
or go watch Curious George, one of them. I don't know.
Or Chimp Crazy on HBO.
There you
But
go.
if you want to
Go see
learn
the
about
house
hydrophobia, the technical name, which that's something I did
So
not know.
ridiculous. We didn't need that. Sorry.
Well, and also monkeys can swim. They're not afraid of water. So, I mean, maybe they're afraid. Maybe that monkey's afraid of chlorine. So there could be that. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't know.
technically they shouldn't be afraid of water.
I say go see the housemaid instead.
Oh, the housemaid, so good, so much better, folks. Go see the housemaid. See Primate and the housemaid. You won't go wrong. But the housemaid, get through that first hour, and you will not be sorry you saw the housemaid.
Predicted the entire movie, but it still was so good.
It was so good. It was definitely top. I think it's top 10 or top 15 for me this year. Love the housemaid.
Hey, you guys talking about people in the theater when Janelle and I went to see that. That theater was packed. There was 5 people, including Janelle and I, last night to see
Primate.
We
had like 10 or so. That was about it.
But yeah, she had some people sitting next on the other side of her that literally would not shut up the entire movie.
Yeah, it happens.
Housemaid, and it was like,
Yeah, Housemaid's good. Housemaid's fun. It's just a
very,
lot of fun.
yeah.
So
Very.
it's not the best movie by any stretch.
No,
but,
and it's very predictable.
Yeah.
I mean, I from early on, as soon as I didn't know that, God, I can't think of his name, but the guy from 1923.
Yeah.
And he was in, what was the one that you hated? He was in, that we did.
Oh yeah. So this is how the film, this is actually a better version of It Ends With Us, folks. This is a better version of It Ends With Us. A better version of It Ends With Us. I'm sorry. This is exactly how the film should have worked. You don't have manipulating characters throughout that throw you off and treat you like crap. You have characters that there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing for this. That's another conversation. I'm going to calm down now.
Well, there's one thing I want to ask you though, because when I saw The Housemaid, for a second I thought, when they showed her the wife the second time in the car and she screams, I started to think, I thought, well, maybe they were both in on.
No, they weren't.
I know they weren't, but I was thinking that would be a kind of a cool twist if they had.
But we've seen that before. I mean, we've seen this before. It's not like a new formula for it, but it's better that they weren't involved in what she put her through, because in the end, I didn't like the fact that now she's the John Wick of housemaids going around stopping people. That's a little bit shitty, but
she's the female fixer.
She's the female fixer. There you go.
Well, and I'm going to be honest. One of my favorite parts of The Housemaid is a part that these new generations don't like, and that was that hotel scene that was fire.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a hotter scene last year than that one. And I mean, that was lava.
Yes.
But I don't see how we can have anything like that in the sequels. So
nope. No, and I hope there's not a sequel. We don't need a sequel. No. We don't need a sequel.
Oh no, there is.
Primate.
They're already going to start.
No.
Yeah, no, there already is. They're already signed up, and they're going to start filming this year.
The Housewife 2.0. Here we go.
I think it's like someone said it's a Housemaid Tales or something.
Well, it's a book series. That's why. So they've adapted it all with it, but you should have left good with good, just like Primate. Leave it where it is. We don't need more.
And as you said, with It Ends With Us, that's the same author, isn't it? Isn't Colette Hoover?
That I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I can look that up though, because now that says a lot about it and makes a lot of sense, Katie. I agree.
It Ends With Us. Wasn't that the one with Blake Lively?
Yeah, please, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If it's Colette Hoover, then
I'll tell you in a second. Colette Hoover, and it would make absolute sense if it was.
Yeah.
Another movie out. It's coming out, that's based on one of her books that I saw.
Housemaid is Frida McFadden.
Okay.
Frida McFadden. But however, they probably the Housemaid Secret, please. I don't need another one, please. That's gonna ruin how
I know. Unfortunately, it's happening.
Oh God,
whether you like it or not.
I know. It's above my pay grade, folks. I know.
I know.
Shut your mouth. $100,000 was a little bit light on that check that she got at the end. I mean, for what she got, I mean,
she got revenge, baby. It was sweet and it was lovely.
She should have gotten.
You were lovely, man. That was so good, man. Oh my
God.
God.
If it's any more, then it's. I mean, I think at that point it's going to be a little bit. The IRS, it's going to be noted, and if it gets any more, then it's really going to be noted by, and it's like, so what's going on, and how did this happen?
I agree with you.
Can go to an offshore account, and the IRS.
Okay, why are we breaking this down for?
Yeah,
we're running up on time, folks. Okay,
yes,
so let's get back to our monkey business. Go ahead.
So I say, see Cujo. It's a much better film. Or if you want to see something more current, go see The Housemaid. Or the bone thing for 28 years later or whatever.
Oh, I can't wait.
2 weeks,
baby. 2 weeks.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I see it on Monday.
I can't wait to see the new one. It's gonna be.
I know, great. I can't either.
Yeah, I say go see it as well.
Yeah, I say go and see it again. It's my low expectations is because it's January in horror, so usually this is where they tend to dump not so great films, but this was a little bit more of a surprise to me. And yeah, I mean, as we discussed, is the character development? No. They kind of, I mean, and as I said in my review, it was very much from the get-go. It's like, yeah, this may be a struggle for some of these people who are acting. But it was a pleasant surprise in the end and stuff like that. And my only thing is like, I honestly would buy the soundtrack because there's not really, I mean, there are a few songs in it, but it's mainly the score that is, I just think, honestly, like quite excellent. And just STFU in the theater, please. Because honestly, I feel like there's going to be some people hurt these days if people just don't shut up. So, enjoy it, but you enjoy it to yourself.
Yes.
You don't have to have a conversation about everything else while the movie's going on because it's not your house. It's
Right.
not your
Yes, it
house.
is.
And unless you plan on paying everyone next to you because of your dumb conversation, just watch the film and shut up.
Well, it's
And if
great
you need to
popcorn
talk-
horror, folks. Great popcorn horror.
Yeah.
Well worth seeing.
And
It's
if you
good, 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 good.
And if you must talk through the film, wait till it comes out on VOD and watch it at home.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Ready? You can't help that people are going to be dumb. If you're going to talk to the film, when he breaks arms, go, "Oh my God," and then stop talking.
Yeah.
You can talk when you react. You don't have to sit there and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe the practical effects. Did you see how the arm snapped? Was that a 180-degree angle? The science proved that kind of stuff." I believe there's someone out there who probably scientifically, Katie and Oz, probably had a conversation during it to see if it was scientifically accurate. I actually saw that online.
Bet $1,000 in my theater. None of those idiots that were talking was having a scientific conversation
Neither with
for
me.
that long, considering nothing scientific was going on when they're science. Yeah. So I will bet money on that, and I got news: you're gonna lose.
I love it. Well, I'm all for it. Go see it this weekend. Support indie horror, popcorn horror, and enjoy the brutality of this film, and enjoy the visual buffet that this film offers you with shots, with the practical effects, all of it. And enjoy how well the guys in the monkey suits do in this film, because it is just fun. And then go see The Housemaid, which is a better film.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, if you're into brutal and you want to see some brutal kills, it's definitely, yeah, you're right. It's definitely for you, because it is all that and then some.
There you go.
Yeah, go see Primate, and then, in my opinion, go and see The Testament of Anne Lee.
Where?
And that's all. It's a
Where? No park. No new park. Wujan film. No Testament of Anne Lee anywhere's around here. Katie, I wish they had it here.
Really?
Yes, New York is the closest, and I'm not traveling there. Nowhere. Not even on Christmas.
Shame. That really is a shame.
It is, because I want to see it so bad.
That was my tie for number 10. And honestly, it shocked the heck out of me that I knew nothing about it. And again, that's another film that I like the score, and Amanda Seyfried is incredible talking about The Housemaid. But
yes,
yeah, if you can, it's not going to be a film for everybody. It has a lot of music, about the Shaker religion, everything that the Shakers did and the origin and stuff like that. Fascinating to me. And they say it's kind of a musical, but it's basically just Shaker songs when people are like in church or praying and doing Shaker songs. So, but it's quite melodic, and honestly, yeah, was a surprise fixture for me. So if you can see it, go and see it.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll be somewheres.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're up against our time, and I know, Katie, you've got somewhere to be, so we will wrap this one up, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Yes. Oh, by the way, really quick, I hate to be this way. Kombucha, watch it on VOD. So much fun.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. Kombucha, so much fun, folks. You want something that's a little bit different formula? Watch it. And that's something you can watch at VOD this weekend. My apologies for interrupting the end, but I wanted to get it out there. So
No, if I may, January 21st, I believe it comes out on Shudder. The Mother of Flies
oh,
from
Adam's
the
Family.
Addams Family. Check it out. One of my favorite
Me too.
festival films, and honestly, I love that family and how much they can do with so little. You want to support independent filmmakers, these are the people you need to support, and they need to teach other filmmakers like how to make films. So
Amen.
let's give some praise and give some shout outs. But yeah,
Amen. VOD,
Primate.
check it out.
I'm so mad my little monkey's not doing its face anymore.
I was kind of bummed after the monkey had that really cool popcorn bucket. I thought maybe this one would have.
I agree. I said it as I walked out of the theater. I said, "Where is it?"
I know.
When I saw Anaconda, which again I thought was it wasn't a great film, but I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, how did you enjoy the hell out of that turd?
Dude,
that's a turd.
Here's the thing. You want to talk about trailers. I watched a trailer after that. Rage in me. I was very much Madeline Kahn in Clue after seeing the trailer, and I think we know why. Because you've got one thing that you can hold on to that can be a surprise in that damn movie. And what do? You put it in the freaking trailer.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Yep. Terrible. In the words of Paul Rudd with our movie, it's a turd with hair, a turd with burnt hair.
No, it's a turd wrapped in burnt hair.
Listen,
the one
I'm giving you the Anaconda version, okay? Which is shit. No pun intended.
Part of it. But no, I wanted the Anaconda bucket, but I don't go to AMC. So
is there an Anaconda bucket at AMC?
Yeah, there's a bucket with the yes, there is. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't see it, Jay.
It's in the bathroom for me to crap in. That's enough.
I thought you might see it or say something when you were at the theater, but
no.
And the Anaconda is coming out of the bucket, and it looks like coming out.
I'm your friend, Oz. Why would I put you through that?
And then you actually get the popcorn out of the Anaconda's mouth, and
that's better than the whole movie. I have
not seen that at any of the AMC's that
I've
been to. And I got an email about it, and I don't even go to AMC.
Wow, I am very, very, because believe me, I buy stupid stuff all the time, and I have not seen that anywhere. I admit it. I've got an issue. Hello.
I know. So do I. Look behind me.
Hello. Oh, yeah. All my stuff is cool.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, but no, I have not seen that, and I would have definitely bought that.
You did not buy that at the theater, dude.
No, I didn't. But this is signed by Fede Alvarez.
Yeah.
Nice.
From what I understand, the only one he's ever signed. His words,
damn
not
it,
mine.
See, that's the thing. I actually have one. I was supposed to meet him, but I never got a chance to meet him, and I brought it.
Oh, he's a charmer.
I always bring that out. It's like I do a thing for what is it? The anniversary of that movie. I do the turkey baster from Jane the Virgin, and then at Thanksgiving I usually put the poster for Don't Speak, and it's like, if you know, you know.
Yes, you do. I'm gonna go watch Don't Breathe right now. As soon as I get off here, we're gonna watch Don't Breathe.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, hopefully we can get back together and do some more and not have to go so long in between episodes. I'd like to do one on the Bone Tower.
Bone Temple?
Bone Temple, yes.
Oh, the Temple? Sorry. Okay.
28 years later, the Bone Temple. And we can also maybe go over some of our favorites as well.
Yeah. And I think we had the idea of maybe showcasing a few of our favorite items from our personal collections. So I think that would be that might be cool too. So
I think so too.
All right, give us a like and a comment in the section below. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Love your faces, guys.
Love yours.